My name is Adil, and I'm one of the directors.
My name is Bilal, one of the directors.
My name is Abu Bakr and I play Kamal in the movie.
My name is Tara and I play Noor.
It started around 2013, 14, and actually Bilal grew up with some people that went to Syria.
Yeah, I grew up with people that that were my friends. I played soccer with them. We went to school, and I saw them one by one leave to Syria to fight to help the people and to fight against the regime. And then afterwards to see that some of them came back and did the attacks in Belgium, in France, all over Europe. It was very painful to see because they were like us. They were Belgian Moroccan Muslims, so we felt like we had to tell this story from a Muslim perspective and also really tell this story with all the complexity and the nuance.
For me, it's a little bit familiar because I am from Molenbeek, so I know, like Bilal, people who went to Syria. I know families who really lived this kind of story. And when I read the first time the scenario, I was like, it's tough, it's hard, but I think I should do it because I'm from there, and I think I was the man who could do it. No,
Yes.
Absolutely.
thank you, bro.
Yeah, for me, what I knew about what was happening is from the news and from the media, and this story gave us an insight into what it really was like for the people who really lived this, and it was like a look into the inside, and I really wanted to work with Adil and Bilal, so it was great. They're amazing. They're just they have a vibe that's like no other, honestly. Like on set they have this way of letting things go smoothly and with power but without like any anger or stress. They're so chill and in control all the time.
Yeah, of course. It's second movie with Adil and Bilal. I played the main character Black. So yeah, they're my brothers and they're very humble. And when they work, it's only work and doing this kind of stuff very good. And I have too much respect for them, but they know it.
Thanks. Shukran. We obviously the people that he grew up with, they had brothers that left for Syria, and we also talked to some parents who had their sons going there. So some of the parents are even present in the movie, so they're not playing; they're really telling their real story. And those years of research, there was a lot of documentation about it. Some United Nations reports. We talked also with the Belgian Special Forces who fought against ISIS in Iraq with the Kurdish forces, and our screenwriters also interviewed people from ISIS that were in Kurdish prisons. So all of that research gave us a lot of details, and it helped us in making a very authentic, very well documented movie. So every aspect in the movie can actually be tracked down to real life sources.
I think because we come from the same neighborhood and they know that we knew them and that we are, Belgian Moroccan Muslims. They were very trust. They really trusted in us, and that's why we got a lot deeper in the documentation. Really go deep in there to their story and really try to accomplish a story that really tells is a symbolic family for all the stories that we heard.
For my research, I looked a lot of documentaries. I saw they showed me propaganda video, execution video. So that's how I make the character. And yes, a lot of people who went there were so easy to manipulate. Yeah, I know people who went there in Syria. I know families. So that's make me like I was straight. I was concentrated for this role, and I know because I was the voice of some boys who don't don't cannot speak, and it was very tough, but it's like that.
It's a good thing that finally cinema can be opened here. That there are movies that can be shown. In our case, our movie is about the Middle East. Is about the it's something that touches on the people from the Middle East. So it was important for us to be able to show that movie to that audience. We made a movie without any compromise. So it's a controversial subject, and to be allowed to show the movie here, that's something very meaningful and important.
Yeah, no, it has been, like you said, a wonderful experience. You've seen all these people that are in the cinema, writers, directors from here to be able to tell their story. It is for us, good to see that that they're expanding on this culture, and that cinema can live again. And at the same time, we're Muslims, so it's also good for us to be here and to go to Mecca.
I think it's amazing how in such a short time they were able to reach this far and to have such a renowned film festival in only 2 years, that it didn't like start small and grow. It just started really huge and amazing, and I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, like she said, I'm very happy to be here, and 70% of the people here are under 30, so there's a new generation, and I think this new generation have to see movies, to be open to the whole world. And it's amazing what Saudi Arabia did, and it's the second edition. I hope I will be there for the third, for sure. And like Bilal said, it's very important for us as Muslim to be here, and yeah, it's amazing.
Well, the things that in the case of the movies that are shown here, it's a pretty eclectic selection. There were movies that you would never thought that they would be able to be shown here in this country, and they're here in the festival. So on that front, I think that it's a good evolution, and we can only hope that that it's going to be more and more open, and that also filmmakers here are going to be allowed to tell their stories and have the voices. But censorship is something that is present everywhere. It's also present in the United States, especially in the Hollywood studio system. There's not a lot, you cannot do whatever you want. So it's something that as a filmmaker you always need to take into account. But we were just very lucky that in our case, even maybe surprised that the movie was shown here, because like I said, we just went for it all the way. It was not a Hollywood movie, so it was really truly our vision, and we hope that this stimulates kind of movies like that can go past the censorship.
Well, it was a traumatic experience. We were both. I was in Morocco for his wedding, so
Yeah, 2 days after the wedding.
2 days after the wedding, he heard it, and I was after the wedding. I went to visit the grave of my grandparents, and so after I left. That's when I started to get all the messages and see on the news, and then get the call from the producer. So it was really shocking, and you go through all the emotions.
Yeah. We knew at that time it was pretty unprecedented, so it was like movie history in a crazy way.
Yeah.
I got a phone call from one of the producers, but meanwhile, while I was getting the phone call, there were text messages coming in, because it was already in the New York Post at that time. So it was leaked to the press. They told us it has nothing to do with the quality of the movie, which is understandable. The movie was not done yet, far from it. I mean, we had shot the movie and edited one version, but there was still a lot of work to be done. So they just said, yeah, it's a financial decision, so that's that, and the movie can never be released, because otherwise the deal is off. Then they have to they don't have that tax rebate or something like that.
Yeah, we also felt really bad, not for ourselves, but also for the actors. Leslie Grace, who was our, like a super talent, and then J.K. Simmons was in the movie, Michael Keaton, Brendan Fraser, and then to see all of that and the work of our crew and for the fans, so it was really felt bad. But we got so much support from the whole industry. We got so much from directors to screenwriters to studio people that really supported us through this really difficult time, and that we felt that we were not alone, so that's positive.
At first we would say no, not at all, because I mean, also we're just nobodies, so there's nothing that we can do to influence them. But I don't know, sometimes when you see Brendan Fraser, who's gonna maybe win an Oscar for the way, like, hey, maybe if he wins an Oscar, maybe that's gonna help us out, because he gave an Oscar-winning performance.
Yeah, it was memorable, it was iconic.
So it's with waves, we'll see. But I mean, should it maybe be released, there's still a lot of work to be done, and that I don't know if they're really gonna go for that. But yeah,
for the moment we can only say inshallah.
Inshallah, God willing. Never say never. Well, the only thing that we would say is that if we can work with Warner Brothers, and we'd love to work for a DC project in the future. We have just one request, is that the movie comes out. That's the only request. That streaming or whatever on the phone, but just it comes out. That's it.
We're still fans of DC universe. So
as long as it comes out, no problem. We'll make a movie with them.
Thank you for inviting us here for this interview. And in the UK, 12 December, Rebel. Go see the movie. It's an amazing movie. And shout out Deadline.
I thought you were gonna rap.
Oh, maybe another time.